a little bit of Raylene's favorite music to start the day. It is Wednesday. Good morning and happy Hump Day. It's Hump music, Raylene.
Yes, it is.
Good morning, everyone. It is the 27th. You've got Aired Out from Fly on the Wall Productions, streamed everywhere you get your podcasts and on the web at airedoutvt.com. Swedish meatballs.
Yes.
Is the meal tonight for the Wednesday night meal at Delicate Decadence?
It is.
Oh God! And with the egg noodles there too, right?
Yes.
Love it.
It's over the egg noodles.
God.
So if you're going to order them up, if you haven't yet, you need to, and you need to do it quickly because these things run out quickly.
Yeah.
802-479-7948. Or, as always, you can stop in right there at the Blanchard Block, right there on Main Street in Barrie.
Delicate Decadence. And Tim loves, it's not all about just the pastries and the cakes and the donuts and bagels and stuff. He loves to, he's a chef. He loves to cook.
Yes, quiches. He caters meals and events and does all kinds of great things.
479-7948 is the phone number over there at Delicate Decadence. Blanchard Block in Barrie. Everyone knows where it is, but if you don't, all you have to do, if you're driving through town, just look to your, just look to your right if you're heading east, and look to your left if you're heading west. And it's
the park. Yeah.
Right, and it's that beautiful window that's just amazing right there. We have some very thick fog this morning, Raylene.
There was very thick fog late afternoon yesterday, causing some pretty significant troubles on the interstate right around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is pretty abnormal. It may have even been the cause of a pretty significant accident that happened up at the lights at the four-way by in Berlin by Shaw's, Applebee's, that whole four-way intersection.
Yeah, there's been some big bang-ups in that intersection, and the top side of that interstate too has always been problematic, and I'm not sure why, but yeah, we've got some real thick fog, and there's the National Weather Service is even saying, drive carefully, keep your speed down. It could be clear in 1 minute, and then it could be a pea super in the next minute. Have your headlights on.
Right.
Keep your speed in check. There's been, as you and I have been saying on Aired Out here for quite a while, there's been some real incredible traffic accidents over the last couple of months, and some of them are just asshole driving related, and some of them are weather related, and of course, DUI and stuff. But just keep your speed in check and be careful. My God, man, it's like this time of year. I don't know what it is, man, but it's just like there's a lot of that.
And remember that this time of year, when it's foggy, drizzly, gross like this, it gets slick quick.
Yeah.
The temperature, just with the road and the air temp, the roads get really slick with thin layer black ice super quick.
Absolutely. Michaela just said she's seen lots of cars without lights on.
Yes.
And I've seen it too. And there's people driving. I've seen cars going by at right at the cusp of dusk, no headlights on it. And I'm like,
drives
dude,
me crazy.
What are you doing? Know? Anyway.
Especially because most cars now, the lights are just always on.
Yep.
Unless you literally turn them off. Or if you let somebody drive your car and they turn them off, all because they can't stand to hear the little ding on the door for a second.
Right, exactly.
Not mentioning any names.
Oh, of course not. Yeah, of course
no.
you're not. I want to just, speaking of vehicle crashes, I just want to say that our thoughts are with Tura.
Yeah.
She slid off the road in her pickup truck late on Christmas Eve and crashed over near Washington, Chelsea area on her way home. She had some friends with her.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean,
because one of them saved her life, saved two of their lives.
Two of them.
She was the only one. They were in water for quite some time, and she was the only one that didn't succumb to the hypothermia. And there was only one alert, and she was trying to hold their head above water.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, by the grace of God, a cell phone lit up underwater, and after 10 tries, it worked and called 911. Otherwise, the outcome would not have been the same. So definitely an angel on their shoulders.
This, no doubt,
for sure.
This was on the Upper Village Road in Chelsea, and it was around 12:30 on Sunday morning. How these three are still alive is beyond me. Trapped inside this pickup truck,
hours,
upside down
for a couple of hours
in a river.
Yeah.
And I just saw Tura. I don't know, last week.
Yeah. She's working on our building.
She is one of the workers with Barstow Construction that's been working on our building at 185 North Main Street.
Amazing young lady.
Yes, she is. She's very tough, and I was just making fun of Jimmy and Kyle and some of the others over there that they can't keep up with Tura because she's a tough girl.
Mm-hmm.
But her family and her friends have been rattled. Shout out to the Chelsea Fire Department, First Branch Ambulance, Vermont State Police out of Royalton, and all the first responders that were there. Dupree's Towing and Gifford Medical Center and Dartmouth for not only, getting them out of there is one thing, but then getting them to a facility where they can warm up slowly and stay alive is another thing.
Yeah.
And they did that.
Yeah.
This is a team of many, many, many people who were able to save the lives of these young women, and we are so blessed. And I was reading the story last night as I was laying down to go to bed, and I'm real sensitive to shit like this. And
me too. I couldn't read it the first 3 times. I mean, I knew right away when it happened in the night.
Right.
And I know her family and stuff really well. Her parents are some of my best friends, and when Kara wrote the summary of it all yesterday, it took a couple of tries for me to be able to read through it and not cry. And then I thought about it all day long.
Yeah.
Just how severe and just an absolute blessing. It really is that they're here, and thank God.
The thing is, you read something like that. At least for me, when I read something like this, I'm a visual guy, so I play it.
Put yourself, yeah.
I put myself there. I play it in my mind. What it looked like. What it would be. I try to imagine myself and how it would be, and that at least one of the girls was so succumbed by the cold that she fell asleep.
Two of them did. Tura and another one, and then the one lady that was awake was having to hold their head above water, and while she was trying to stay awake herself and not do the same thing and get in touch with 911, because thankfully, out of the blue, this tourist phone lit up underwater. There it was, and it worked. And where it worked, is absolutely amazing, unheard of.
Absolutely.
That the phone would even work. And,
Sure.
And I guess on the 10th try, her call to 911 went through.
You know, I'm laying there in bed last night and reading this, and the anxiety that I felt. I'm like, I can't imagine being upside down, under, half under, 3/4 of the way underwater, trying to catch air and in the cold.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's another episode right there that I would love to do sometime, is just to sit down with Tura, if they're ever able to even talk about this, and how traumatic this was, and share the experience. Slow the hell down. I mean, and these were a couple of kids that were driving responsibly, hit some black ice.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. It's not like there's guardrails everywhere to protect us. I mean, you just, I don't know. You're right, Joe. God was watching over them. And unfortunately, it doesn't even matter how fast you're going.
No.
If you hit black ice, you hit black ice. That's it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, rain showers. We've got some really, can I say shitty weather?
I don't know why not. I always say.
Shitty weather.
Yeah, it is shitty weather.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll, of course, do the forecast. Go ahead. Do the meteorological analysis. Shit.
It's going to be rain, foggy, drizzly, shitty for the next several days. The rain could be heavy at times this evening, which we never want to hear. Though they do not say there is no flooding expected at this time, though. Heavy at times, but not consistent, just burst of heavy rain. So even though it's going to be rainy and shitty and cloudy and damp and gross, it at least isn't going to be steady downpours causing us any more damage and trauma.
Right. And we're also sick and tired of the F word around here. I mean, how many times have we said flooding since July? Mm-hmm. Come on. No more of it. But did you know that this is the 4th wettest December since 1950 in Vermont?
I did read that, yes.
The 4th wettest and the 2nd warmest December since 1899. Mm-hmm. Think about that. 2nd warmest since 1899. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I'm not necessarily complaining. I know the skiers and the snowmobilers are.
Right. I'm sure.
Big time. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about Dave Rouleau from the Berrytown Thunder Chickens this morning when I woke up. He and I were supposed to be connecting on the air right around mid-December. I think right around the 15th, when I think is like when most of the trails start opening up. And he was like, we got to postpone. So,
right. I did see that they've had time to do some extra trail work and open a couple of more trails, because some trails had some damage this season from the flooding as well. So they've actually had a little extra time. So when and if, and hopefully they do, if they open, they'll have more trails available than they thought.
Well, they like you said,
if there's a silver lining to
silver lining, like you just said, they've been out running chainsaws. They've been cutting down trees with all of the wind and the wet weather. A lot of trees have gone down and gone over trails. They've been out there, so it's been easier to access some of these areas on foot and on all-terrain vehicle, to be able to get into some of these remote areas to fix some bridges and clear up some debris. And I guess that's the silver lining. Mm-hmm. But we need a couple, not just one. We need a couple of good dumpers to be able to get the base down so that we can get these snow machines fired up. So we'll see what happens. We're watching it carefully, though.
Yeah. This morning at Alumni Hall at 10:30 is a free book event for children.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that we get that out there now because it is time sensitive. But there's going to be a story, and then each child can pick out 2 new books. And that starts this morning at 10:30, story time. Then grab a couple of books, and that's put on by the Barry Recreation Department. All kinds of great things happening over the school break.
That's right.
Up at the auditorium, up at for open gym, skating over at the BOR. All kinds of stuff happening over at the Aldrich Public Library, and then, of course, this event at the Alumni Hall.
Wonderful.
So, if you have the grandkids for school break, take them on up there and let them chill out for a little bit, and then you can chill out for a little bit.
Or
and
run
pick
around.
out a couple new books. Well, this isn't a run around event. The Alumni Hall story time.
Stuff.
The other stuff.
Run around
yes.
on ice skates.
Yeah.
Get some exercise.
But the book event is you're gonna sit still and read a story and then pick out some books, some new books to you, and so that's pretty awesome. And then, as we know, it's Wednesday, so it's Ladies' Day over at Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash in South Barry.
I was over at Vermont Quick Lube last week. I think it was a Wednesday or Thursday last week. Got the oil changed, the windshield wipers, all the fluids. They ran through, made sure all my bulbs were on and my signals and just the brakes and the reverse and all of that shit and the little license plate light to make sure that's where. All of these little things to make sure. Tire pressure. How often do you think I wake up any day and say, I ought to check my tire pressure today? I don't give a shit about that. I'm not paying attention to that. I just get in the car. I just drive the car. I don't care.
I know.
But they're like,
you definitely just drive the car. Do you even check your oil? Okay. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
And you have 100 and what thousand?
I don't know. 150 something.
Do you need me to go up there and mark which of the dipsticks goes to your oil, JD?
I don't know. Listen.
It's usually yellow handle.
There's a sticker up on the top left-hand corner of pretty much everybody's window, and they should have a look at it and say, hey, am I overdue?
Yes, but when your car gets as old as yours and as many miles as yours, you should be checking your oil in between.
I leave this up to those guys. They've got all the information. That's their responsibility, Raylene, not mine. They have all the information in their computers. They know what's going on. I don't. I just
Mark says it's the 710 cap. Yeah, he'll look that up as soon as we're done.
They ask me questions. I say yes or no. I don't even get out of my car. Jacob took good care of me last time. The whole team down there, Steven and
thank God,
Craig and just everyone. I'm sitting there and they're like, can we bring you some water and maybe some snacks? Are you kidding me? Can I get a foot rub too? Is that out of the question?
If you asked.
Hot cup of coffee, they'll bring that to you.
But enough about you. It's Ladies' Day. So if you're a lady, you get on over there to Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash in South Barry and you get all lubed up.
Yeah.
And then the boys are going to give you a great big old smile.
Yeah.
Hand you a carnation as a thank you for all the wonderful things you do all the time.
Yeah.
And then they're going to let you go through the car wash for free.
For free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesdays. That's wonderful. They've been doing that for a long time, by the way.
Ladies' Day.
Travis Payette's tuned in this morning. Oh, my God. Saying the Payettes love you guys. We love the Payettes.
Well, we love them, too.
Donna Thunder wants to sell me her PT Cruiser. I mean, this is incredible. Look at this. Joseph Smith is with us this morning. Do we have Connor's motivational morning up there? I'm sure we do, right? Of course we do. Of course we do. I'm sorry. I just had to ask. I can't wait to have Connor on the air with us, by the way. This kid, it's just... Did you see how many people...
I did see.
Watched that episode where he was on, even by telephone.
I know. I know. He's a great kid.
Kid's a freaking rock
What
star.
an absolute sweetheart, and I hope they had a very Merry Christmas. I was hoping to see them Friday evening, but I ended up with the flu for the bigger part of the holiday weekend. So I was in bed, which really sucked. It was terrible. And even yesterday, at Christmas Day and yesterday, I was still feeling very weak and tired and a little bit like, yeah, I don't know about this. But Friday and Saturday, I was done for. I couldn't even function. I did the morning, and had a headache, but I felt okay, and it just got worse and worse. And I left to go bring Craig somewhere, and quickly realized that I was unable to drive. I was that crappy feeling, and so he finished what we had to do, and we came home, and I went to bed, and there I stayed until Sunday morning. I literally just was right in bed. Entire body hurt so bad, and I was just so sick and weak and chills and horrible feeling. Yeah, it was not good.
So I'm hearing other people having similar, that are under the weather, similar stuff. Flu-like symptoms, fever, chills, aches, body aches, colds. I mean, 'tis the season for it. I'm sorry that you didn't feel well, Raylene. That sucks.
It did suck. I mean, I got a ton of sleep because I couldn't do anything but sleep. I would literally, I'd open my eyes for a few minutes and I would be right back out again. I couldn't even stay awake.
Well, that's
which is
your
good.
body.
I slept through the pain because I really hurt when I woke up. I was not liking life. So,
that's your body telling you something.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. So
wow. I went to the dump on Saturday morning and lost pretty much all of the contents out of the back of my trailer on the way to the dump. I hit a bump, I guess, I don't know, and everything out of my trailer just went flying. And this truck behind me, thank God, he locked up his brakes and he like stopped inches before everything. But I mean, it was all over the road. It was a complete cluster. And I'm pulled over, I got the hazards on and all the bullshit, and the traffic starts backing up, and cars are trying to go around, and I'm trying to run back. I'm trying to run back to all of the shit because I can't back up quickly enough because I got a trailer on that's now empty. And, I'm trying to run back to all of the shit, and I'm trying to direct traffic, and I looked like a complete asshole.
no way.
It happens every now and then, Raylene, that I'll...
Did you have your Crocs on?
I didn't have to, I didn't have Crocs or shorts on. But, I wasn't wearing my darn tough, my Vermont Strong hat from Yipes, so... My hair was all fucked up. I mean, I just looked like... I looked like Beetlejuice. I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. And nobody got hurt, but cars are trying to go around. So I'm out there. I got this big, section of fence, this metal fence that's laying in the road. Mm-hmm. With all kinds of shit attached to it that was tangled up in it. I had an old clothesline that was broken that was all tangled up in the fence, and wooden posts and shit. And I'm trying to drag it down the road, and I got back to the car. It took me, I don't know, half an hour at least, 45 minutes to get everything loaded back into the trailer and drag it around. Oh God! And I'm going down the road. Raylene, my body's not used to this shit. It's not like my body is like, hey, let's just get a huge workout today and drag shit that you've lost out of the trailer down the road for 3/4 of a mile. I'm not conditioned for this. I get back in the car and I'm like, huffing and puffing. I'm like, holy shit. I get back to the house, and I'm like, it's just, and then I sit down on the couch, and the body aches started coming in. I don't think it was like the flu, but like the lactic acid started. Like my body is saying, "What the hell have you been doing for the last couple of hours, you fat ass?"
Did you run a marathon?
God. And then I'm just like, oh.
And nobody was like helping you? Nobody stopped to help you?
I had one guy that stopped and offered to help, but I was too embarrassed. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm almost dead, but I'm good. What a piece of shit I am. I'm sitting there on the couch. I got the heating blanket. I got the Bengay going. Oh, babe. Can you get me a cup of tea?
I'm not surprised.
Cup of tea.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm just not.
I'm like, what? I'm not even sick. I'm sore. I'm half dead because of some stupid shit.
Exertion. Oh, boy.
I'm like, look what a couple of extra bungee cords would have done. How that would have affected the end of my day.
Right.
And my next day.
Right.
Anyway.
And then somebody wouldn't be laughing at you, calling you a dumbass for 3 days.
Lori Shepard asked me, were you at the Barry Auditorium for the Saturday basketball event? We did not make it, but man, Lily is dying to meet Shep. She wants to meet Shep now. Lily's playing basketball. She's all excited about it. And she wants to meet the team. She wants to meet the Spalding girls. She wants to go to a game. So anyway, we got to get up there at some point. And do that. Yesterday
there are plenty of games coming up.
Yeah, and they had to open gym yesterday, which is just fantastic. Isn't that great? And there's going to be is Coach Mike? Is he up there doing open basketball gyms on a regular basis?
I'm not sure if he's up there or not. I'm not positive of. I know that he's calling a lot of games for CVTV Sports.
Yeah. He's very good. Very good.
So we'll be hearing him on the microphone a lot over the season.
Yes. We have a couple of new sponsors and some things that we're really excited about. The pub is one of them. They had Taco Tuesday yesterday.
If you want, I can tell you what Wednesdays is all about.
Please tell me. Just the pub in Williamstown. You got to get over there.
Yes, you absolutely have
to
go over
there.
there.
We should go over and do trivia and make a complete ass out of myself because I don't do it frequently enough.
Okay. Well, Wednesdays is Dollar Dog Day. And so literally you can get a hot dog any way you can imagine. Chili, cheese,
sauerkraut,
chili and cheese, onions, sauerkraut, bacon, BLT dog. The list and the possibilities are endless, and so go check it out. And then tonight also at Nathan Mashad will take the stage at 8:00 over at the pub for Wednesday night entertainment over there.
It's always good.
Yes. So, but Dollar Dog Days, I didn't even know that those days existed anymore.
Yeah,
I figured that they went away a long time ago
It's retro
with the cost of everything.
Exactly.
So, I'm actually very surprised about that, and so kudos to them for maintaining that because that does not happen often anymore.
And I'll just tell anyone right now, the last thing that you want to do is be around me about an hour after I've had a hot dog with sauerkraut, or worse, 3 hot dogs with sauerkraut. Throw a little bit of chili in there and some onions.
Sometimes we don't even have to put hot dogs in the mix. I just wonder about being around you.
Oh, just in general?
Yeah.
I'm, I'm telling you, it's difficult to be around myself alone after I've had some hot dogs with sauerkraut. I'm just telling you.
Oh, my God.
JD can work a weenie. I mean, Mark, this is all right. Anyway, let's talk about Giroux General Transport.
And they have a class coming right up.
Yeah,
And
January
so-
15th.
January 15th. So I say, if you are, if New Year's resolution right here, if you're saying I'm going to further my education or I'm going to start a new career or, whatever, advance in the current job that I have, Giroux General Transport is the place to call and get yourself signed up. The class is starting in January, and there will not be another class until March. So if you're going to get out there and get it done sometime this winter and maybe get one of these fuel jobs or plowing jobs, 802-279-3325 will get you Tracy, and she'll get you all signed up.
And we say not only to folks listening that might be interested, but maybe someone that that is maybe coming out of high school soon.
Yeah,
or
tell them about it.
Tell them about this. And listen, if you think that, oh my God, I can't afford that. You know how much it costs to get a CDL license? They have
There are
grants.
opportunities. Yes, there are grants. There are low interest loans through VSAC. There's all kinds of different options, and Tracy knows what each and every one of those are.
Call them today. Call them now. 802-279-3325.
Yes.
Tracy will answer the phone and just tell her, hey, even if you're just remotely thinking about this.
Right. If you exactly, you don't have to sign up immediately today. Maybe you just want to talk about it and think about it for a little bit. But if you're going to get in there in the January class, you really should make sure that you sign up for that soon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's mention the Den here, too. Donna's saying there's going to be an open mic on January 10th at 6:30 at the Den in Williamstown.
Well,
Chris Martin is going to be a host of that.
Yes, and there's open mic at the Den. That's starting where it's going to be once a week. They're doing some really great things over there. And don't forget, on New Year's, they're having a big New Year's bash, and Foreplay is going to be over there.
That's going to be a hell of a night.
It is going to be a hell of a night. They did an absolute amazing job for Halloween, and I can't even imagine what it's going to be like for New Year's.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so great. And we've got it right up on Facebook page. So I can't believe it's almost New Year's Eve. Holy shit, man.
I know.
Jeez. What do you
crazy.
What do you do on
It's crazy.
What do you do on New Year's Eve?
It depends. It all depends. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I have a couple of things that I can do. I've been invited to do some things, and I'm just not sure yet exactly what
On New Year's Eve?
Yes, that I'm going to do. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do?
Sit at home and eat popcorn and drink tea and cry about something.
I am going to recline on my couch all the way back. There's different levels. I'm going to go all the way back.
Oh, yeah.
I am going to have my matching Christmas jammies on. Sherilyn and Lily and I all have the same matching set. The fuzzy black and white checkered bottoms. I'm going to eat peppers stuffed with bruschetta. I'm going to have
Bruschetta?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
I've just never heard of that.
Yeah. You've never had that before?
No.
Oh. Well, you should try it. It's amazing. I'm going to have some of that cheese with herbs and shit in it. I don't know, goat cheese or whatever the hell it is. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to eat some of that. I'm going to eat olives, pickles, maybe some street tacos. Sherilyn got me a bottle of Patron. And some hot, spicy, I think it's a habanero margarita mix. Gonna have some of that. And I'm just a tiny little bit, and I'm gonna sit back. I'm going to belch. I'm going to fart. I'm gonna have a hand possibly near the nads in case there's an itch that presents itself. And I'm just going to put on the slippers and, just sit and relax, maybe close my eyes and take a nap for, I want to wake myself up snoring.
This is a very long story.
I'm going to wake myself up snoring because I don't have the CPAP on. And that's going to be new.
Bill Donahue says you should scratch all that because he's going to come pick you up and you're going to go out partying with him.
Oh, dear God. That's the last thing that Bill Donahue ever would want to do. You want a fast track to getting arrested, pal? Then follow through with that. All right?
Yeah, right, because you're so crazy. Oh, my God.
I would like to, if we had some snow out in the backyard, I think it would be fun to go out and do a naked snow angel. But then I would be all sore the next day because the lactic acid would kick in anyway. So what else is happening? What else is going on?
Oh my God.
Are things going to be really quiet for the next week here or two? Or
no, I mean, what do you mean as far as quiet? There's
post-Christmas quiet.
No, I don't think so. There's lots going on in the world, of course. I know that's alternative from yours, but there is a lot going on in the world still. There's like I said, there's all kinds of great events going on all over for the kids so that they don't get bored and so that you don't get stressed out because they're driving you crazy. Of course, there's mad rushes at stores all over for returns.
Yeah.
And, sales, like the after Christmas sales, and just like everything else, they say be super careful of those. Just like be super careful of the Black Friday deals and scams. Like truly make sure that what's happening is a sale for you, and that when you go 10 feet down the road to a different store, you're not going to get it for even less.
Right.
But all that's going on. We always know that the movies are available, especially during breaks. They also have matinees here at the Paramount Twin in Barrie.
Yep.
So check out the movie list. Take the kids to a movie. Get out of the rain.
Right. Yes.
Unfortunately, they won't be sledding. But we know all that's happening as well. And then, of course, like I said, all kinds of things going on in the news as far as... last night there was a horrendous fire in Greensboro that called out.
God.
I was listening to it on the scanner for a couple of hours, and wow, just wow, the number of departments that were called in, and it went so quickly from one extreme to another, where it was one building and then it was that building and the garage and the house and then another building and another building. And I'm not really sure what this place is or does, but it ended up being
several buildings,
fire that called out departments from literally all over.
The picture is unbelievable.
Yes, it is.
I'll show it here. If in case you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and it could be seen for miles and miles and miles. The fire could be seen, and of course the sky was lit right there. But absolutely incredible the response, how quickly and thankfully so far I've heard of no injuries.
That's what reported. I was just going to ask you.
So that is the most important part.
Absolutely.
of the entire
especially
thing.
This Christmas. My God, really? That's the last thing we would want is for anyone to be injured or killed in something like this. So the rest of it might suck, but the bottom line is it's just material stuff that can be replaced. Lives cannot be.
And thank you to all of the first responders. And that a long night and a lot of work right there. And I just can't even imagine. We have we know a guy that we actually just adore that is a firefighter now. You know that, right? I've told you that Roy Tebow is a volunteer firefighter now, and he got called as well last night. His department got called as well last night. So I bet you he was there.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So not only is he a judge,
right,
but he's a firefighter.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
There's a lot of chatter about
great guy
about retail theft, and not just locally here in Central Vermont, but everywhere. I mean, my God, it's just all over the country. I mean, it's like shoplifting is like the new hobby now. I mean, it's like holy shit, man! It's and they know that that there's not a police officer standing every 25 feet. They know this, but there are cameras, a lot of cameras catching these thieves, and we're trying to ID them. Here's the one at Kohl's.
But they got them.
They did catch them?
Yeah, it's on our page.
Okay.
Like, you scrolled by it to get to that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there were a couple of them.
They were identified.
All three of them?
Yes.
Okay. What the hell, man? It's like, dude, really?
I know.
And it's like, Raylene, if you're trying to get something for, yourself or for Christmas or whatever, there are so many programs that are out there that will help you in so many different ways. I mean, the state that we live in Vermont, I mean, if you need help, you can get it anywhere in any capacity. You don't have to steal stuff. Jesus, man. The package thief guy in Burlington, I read that one too. I mean, it's just, wow, damn.
Yeah, lots going on.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the New Year's resolution. I really want people to tell me that. Go to
right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to know. What is your New Year's resolution, Ben, that you actually stuck to? Has anyone ever made one and stuck to it?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah. People have. The top right-hand corner there, lose weight. Self-care is a big one, which is kind of the umbrella of losing weight and stop drinking, or dry January. There's stop smoking. These are the big ones.
Yeah.
I've had Paul Brody on in past years, and we've talked about this quite extensively, and the psychology behind a New Year's resolution and what it is. And, the average, at least this was last year's stat, the average person lasts 60 days. So that's, right around 2 months. And then they say, screw it. For whatever reason, screw it. This is harder than I thought it would be. This isn't the way I want to continue to live my life. I'm miserable. Circumstances pop up. Life events pop up, which trigger stress. And people say, screw it, and they give up.
Yeah. Well,
and a lot of people say, don't put the pressure on yourself to create the New Year's resolution. Paul says that. Just do it. It doesn't have to be on January 1st, but just think about
sometime in the new year.
Right.
That's what you're going to do
but
for yourself.
Post yours up. We
and
want
then
to hear
today
what it is.
National Fruit Cake Day. Now, that has a couple of different meanings.
Yeah.
I was going to post a picture of the cake and a picture of you.
Oh, yeah.
together,
Beautiful.
like mushed together.
Yeah.
Instead, but I did a bunch of pictures of fruitcake instead. But I was gonna make the whole background of it
Thank you. You could have done that.
for National Fruitcake Day. I think people totally would have understood where I was going with that.
Of course they would.
Yeah,
of course they would.
I think so. But I said, do people actually eat that shit? And yes, they do.
They do.
The people are chiming in and saying that they love it.
Yes.
Linda Kuchar says the brand that I did a picture of, it's the only brand one of her family members will eat. She has to order it on Amazon.
All right.
Because they have to have it. Ew.
I say you also. And Raylene, have you
Just
ever...
the smell of it.
Have you ever... You've known me for years now. Have you ever known me to say, oh, I won't eat that? Ever?
No. But you say that about fruitcake?
Yeah. Give me 10 pounds of raw oysters. I'll let those slide down the back of the throat. I love that.
Uh-huh.
But fruitcake? No. I don't know what's in there.
Well, it's fruit. What do you mean you don't know what's in there, dumbass?
Cherries?
Like
what are the
cherries?
What are the
and
green things? What are the green things?
I don't know. Or the bright yellow? I don't know. They look like those candies. What are they called? Jujus?
Yeah.
That you can get at those hard, gummy, nasty things that you used to get at the movie theater.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like,
you'd have to slice off a piece, soak it in butter, and fry it on a skillet for a while for me to even begin to stomach it.
well, and I read the recipe and like how to make that. It's not easy either. The torment that people go through to make that stuff. Like, oh my God.
Sherilyn has
Couldn't
this.
believe it.
Sherilyn has this English tradition where they make like this Christmas cake, which I think they call Christmas pudding. I don't know I don't know what it's called, but they basically make a cake in like fucking July, and they just put it in a cupboard somewhere, and they just let it sit and ferment for months, and it just rots. And they put some booze in there to, I don't know what kind of booze and they just let this shit rot in this special thing, and then they pull it out on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, I don't know, and they put some whipped cream on it, and they all sit around and eat it. Fucking,
It does not sound good to me.
English people, I'm telling, what are they doing? What is that? I mean, I'll go out and eat some of Oliver's horse shit in the backyard before I'll get into that.
Oh,
really?
My gosh.
But anyway, yeah.
It's Johnny Bull pudding, Glenn says.
Whatever.
It's delicious.
Glenn is saying it?
Yes.
Okay.
My mom made it
Does
with
he?
lemon sauce.
Okay, I think he's talking about something different. Because please remember that the English, these are people that eat, blood pudding. Okay,
Right. Blood sausage. Yeah.
Blood
when
sausage.
I told her, so her and I were having a discussion one day about stuff that you just would not eat, and I said that I would never, ever, ever even try blood sausage.
Oh.
And she freaked. She was like, "Oh my God, it's wonderful." But I used to have to make it for my grandfather. When I was taking care of him at the end of his life, he used to he loved blood sausage. And so you'd make him blood sausage, and he would have blood sausage and kidney beans right out of the can, not even heat them up.
Was he a Brit?
He would he just liked that shit. He was a poor man most of his life. He lived on a farm, grew up on a farm, and that's what he would eat was kidney beans and blood sausage. And he thought it was the greatest thing. Or he'd make this shit called succotash, which is kidney beans and cream corn mixed together. And yes, we used to have to eat that. I would not eat the blood sausage though, but succotash is what he called it. And he would eat that and blood sausage as well. But just the smell
Yeah.
of that stuff.
Did he throw some liver and onions in there?
He ate liver and onions a lot too, but that's what he did. He did.
You could just throw all this shit in a blender
And Johnny
and
cake.
hit on.
Liver and onions and Johnny cake and
Well, Johnny cake is awesome.
favorite thing.
Johnny cake is
But
cornbread,
that's what you
right?
have with, but made a specific way. Cornbread and Johnny cake are not the same
All
thing.
right.
No.
Please teach me.
And then, but the liver and onions, that's when he had cornbread.
Oh.
When he ate blood sausage, he ate either just the kidney beans right out of the can, didn't rinse them, nothing, or he ate it with the succotash. So disgusting. I'll never forget it. It would like scarred me for life.
When my mom used to cook liver and onions in the house, fucking house would smell like liver for years afterwards.
Yeah.
Like the smell would just permeate the
Same
walls.
with blood sausage.
Horrible.
And Glenn knows what succotash
Well,
is
Glenn's
as well.
screwed.
Love
I mean,
me some succotash.
I think Glenn may have fallen and hit in his head or something. I mean, I don't know.
But a lot of people know what that is. It must have been a staple that they ate. That back when.
Back when.
I mean, you wouldn't dream of eating that now, I'm sure, unless you were
But
60 and older.
And here's the thing.
You wouldn't even know what it was.
I'll eat anything, but some things you might have to tell me after I've eaten them.
Yeah, you would know what succotash. You would just look at it and say, "No, I'm not eating that." I'm telling you.
Then blindfold me. But if something tastes good, I'll have more of it. If you say, "JD, try this," and I eat it, and I say that's delicious, and you tell me those are raw pig testicles, I'll have more. If I enjoy it, if it tastes good, I'll have seconds and thirds. I don't care what it is at that point.
Well, we'll have to get you some. I'll have to make a batch of succotash
And marinated pig testicles.
Have you tried blood sausage?
No. I would try it. I would try
so
it.
Sherilyn hasn't made it.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. But she says when I was talking about it, she said, "Oh, I love blood sausage."
Oh, yeah.
Blood pudding.
She made English sausage rolls though on Christmas, which was just unbelievable. Oh my God, they're so good. They're good hot. They're good cold. They're good with a couple of eggs on them. They're good with baked beans. They're good with anything. God, I ate a lot of food over Christmas.
I'm shocked by that. Completely shocked.
So Lily got. And I want to thank Santa Claus if he's listening, if he's tuned in this morning. Thank you so much, Santa, for getting Lily roller skates.
Well, you've been saying you want to go.
You know my house. Mm-hmm. The roller skates got put on her feet within seconds. I don't think they've come off. She even asked me if she could sleep with them on. Mm-hmm. She's roller skating. Are you surprised by this? Roller skating through the entire house.
No. I'm not.
She's on the shitter with roller skates on, Raylene.
She's going to be so happy that you're telling everybody that.
But to roller skate over all kinds of shit laying on the floor, wrapping paper and, cardboard and she is crashing. I mean, she's taken some headers right into the couch and stuff. And if there's enough wrapping paper that's laying around, it's somewhat of a soft landing, I guess. But she is just having a blast. She's got the helmet.
Why don't you say if you pick up all of this mess, then you can use your roller skates, and together you all pick up the mess.
I picked it all up. I put it into
The fire.
the big leaf bags. Went out into the yard to my burn pit and torched it.
Good for you.
And I stood there
In peace and quiet.
in my Christmas jammies, in peace and quiet, with a blowtorch in my hand, and torched all that shit. And just stared there, and then went back into the house to the chaos with the roller skates.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to cook. I got a sharp knife in my hand, and she's roller skating by. There was a little bit of yelling and screaming at my house. It was crazy, Raylene. Fucking crazy.
Well,
I'm telling you. But, we got the Christmas village all set up, and I can't get the train is going too fast. So the train goes around the Christmas village and then crashes. So I'm trying to slow this train down. It's a runaway train. It's got one speed, balls out. And
well, put some weight in the caboose.
I have literally tried to do that. I'm not kidding. I went out and got the fishing box, and I got some fishing weights out of there, and I'm putting weights in. I'm trying to slow this thing down. It won't slow down. It's crashing. It's this beautiful country Christmas village, and then there's this huge ass fucking train wreck on turn 3, and it goes down and it takes all the ice skaters out, and it takes down a couple of pine trees. One time the train went into a house. Raylene, this is crazy.
Tragic. Tragic, I tell you.
Crazy.
You better just take it down and put it away for the season.
Do we have anything else?
Next year, you might have to buy a new train.
Something. Is there anything else going on?
I don't think so.
You got a lot of stuff on here.
There's a lot of stuff on there.
10:30 in a half an hour, Alumni Hall. Bring the kids over. It's a free event. They get a book. There's story time over there.
Yes.
Is there any hot cocoa involved? We don't know. Probably not.
I don't know.
We don't know.
JD always adds into the mix. He comes up with shit. It could be there. Maybe it won't be. You never know.
There could be hot cocoa with peppermint marshmallows. Just saying. Go ahead, Raylene.
Good Lord. But most importantly, it is also Ladies' Day over at Vermont Quick Lube and Car Wash.
Yes.
It's Dollar Dog Day at the pub. Mm-hmm. And it's Wednesday takeout meal at Delicate Decadence, which is Swedish meatballs over egg noodles.
Oh, look at that.
So do yourself a favor and call right away and order that up so you don't have to cook dinner tonight. You just throw it in the oven, reheat it, serve it up.
Yeah.
Done deal.
And as you say, winter meal, you will not be disappointed from that.
No.
Absolutely
not.
Absolutely impossible to be disappointed there. Yeah. We have, what's the deal with this studio? Are we going over there today? Are we going to, Barslow Construction has been working so hard. People ask me, I know they're asking you, when are you going to be back in the studio?
Soon.
We hope soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this thing called state and permit and rules
God.
There's all this stuff that comes into play when your construction is near done or wrapping up and is done.
Right.
Then you have to do all of these other things. And so you're on somebody else's schedule, you're waiting, there's papers, and you send this here, and that gets sent there, and it gets this stamp, and then that guy stamps it on this side, and that guy stamps it on the other side, and then you get it back, and you can move.
I think what it is a bunch of people that are sitting around, that work for the state of Vermont. Maybe Dick Wabi could shed some light on this, who are sitting behind a big ass conference table with nothing to do. They're bored, and they're saying to themselves, I know, why don't we make a rule that says that your sink can't be more than a couple of centimeters from the wall. What do you think, Bill? Yeah, let's make it 16 and a half centimeters. Okay, let's do that. How about light bulbs? Well, we can't have two lights within 3 feet of each other. What is the sense of? And this is new code coming down.
I know it is
It's new code,
all kinds of stuff. But we will say that in all honesty, this was not some small renovation.
No.
Jen took on a huge renovation. The loss was huge, and it was the loss made it so that, okay, if we're going to do it, let's do it now and get it done. So she didn't go just halfway with this.
Yeah,
it
right.
is literally an entire new space.
Yeah.
And with her design and the crew there doing the work, I mean, it is nothing short of amazing. Every time I walk in there, I'm in awe and so appreciative of her and them and the fact that we get to go back in there.
I know.
Super excited about it. And hey, I'm just as ready to be out of the house as everybody else is waiting to have us in the studio too. So,
what are you saying?
yeah.
Are you tired of seeing me in your house?
No, it's nice. I don't know how people do the whole work from home thing.
Oh,
It's nice to get up, get ready, leave, and be out of your space, so
Right.
that when your spaces work too, like, so where do you go home to? Where's your peaceful place if
Right.
you're in your work all the time?
I understand that.
That's nothing I would want to do full time. Where I
Yeah.
don't, and I know people do it and they love it, and that's great. But it's not for me at all.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
like
I
it.
respect, and I think
Have a great day, Bill.
I think your neighbors are kind of wondering. Here's that short fat fucker. Here he comes again.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always people.
He's
I've
going
had-
around the back door. Look.
So, well, the best ones so far have been the police.
Yeah.
When the police are here, like, oh, what's going on over there? Because we had Chief Vale, and then we had Jason Fleury, and so a couple of things like that too, or Tom and Dick Wobby and Dave Moody.
Yeah.
A few people.
Wait a second. She's sleeping with Dave Moody again?
I mean, it was just like, yeah, like,
Dick Wobby now?
oh my God, all these people are in and out constantly, and then the girls all show up and they come
I know.
on Wednesday nights, and all three of them come in a different car. So you got the whole road, lined with cars, and then
Michael Deering's been in here.
yeah, and then they leave. So the girls leave, and literally in comes Michael Booten.
Right.
And sometimes not even. They don't have time to get out before he's coming in, and it's just crazy. It's just been crazy. Happy birthday to Glenn Brummert's daughter, Jess, 46 today. He wants to say happy birthday to his daughter.
Really?
So happy birthday, Jen.
Jess.
Jess
Is
Brummer.
does she listen? Is she
Jess
tuned in?
Brummer is 46.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vermont? Do we know? We don't know. Michael Casella is on the list today at 41. Sue Yates is 69. Sabrina Bedore, 41. Jacob Fuller, 35. Nick Hood, 25. Shantae Campbell's 21. Yeah, it's quite a number of birthdays.
She's in Virginia.
Oh, she's in Virginia. Okay.
Michael Booten's visiting in Virginia right now.
Can you believe we got a comment from someone on Facebook saying, "I wish you guys would post the movie listings."
No.
Did you see that comment?
No.
Yeah. I wish you guys would post the movie listings.
Well, I haven't yet today, but I will.
We always do.
In very short time.
But we always do, though.
I know we do.
FGB Theaters is a presenting sponsor. We're always talking about the Capitol Showplace Theater and the Paramount in Barrie.
I also, there'll be some big event, the Light Up the City event.
Yeah.
Or the Santa's Convoy.
Right.
And people will comment, I never hear about these things until they're over. And you know where they write that? On one of our posts. I'm like, hello?
Yeah. You know which one I like?
If you are scrolling through Facebook and you're not finding things and you're looking and you're saying, geez, I cannot, just go to our page directly. It just because it's not in your timeline doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
I've heard some folks at City Council and some residents complaining to City Council. There's nobody that promotes anything that's going on local in our city. Rahili?
I know.
Have you heard of the Aired Out podcast? Because let's be frank, Raylene. 80% of what we talk about is what's going on, not only in Barrie, but in central Vermont. Mm-hmm. That's the meat, I think, of this podcast. Mm-hmm. Promoting what's going on and what's good for the people.
Yeah. Over and out.
All right. Listen, everyone. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I am going to be dropping the link here. If you want to read about it, why New Year's resolutions don't work out and why you should consider, if you have one, please post it up. Tell us about it. It's right on our Facebook page. But why they only last about 60 days. Also going to be posting some information about the massive migrant caravan that is heading to the U.S.-Mexico border.
And JD is
Amazing.
going to leave here and go see Colby at Ruthier's.
I'm not kidding.
I know.
Today.
I'm telling them right now that you're
Right.
going to try to get your rugs cleaned up.
Yeah.
He's not going to recon your car because that would take days.
You just said try. You just said try.
Yeah, I did say try.
You said try.
Because I have a lot of faith in that boy. I know he is absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing at what he does. The best, as far as I'm concerned, at what he does. But your car is going to be a match for him. And so I hope you take before and after photos of this thing. And I hope that Colby has got his muscles all ready to go.
Well,
he's going to need them.
He's going to need machinery. He's going to need some serious wattage,
He's going to
power.
This is what he needs: a knife, some new carpet, and some glue.
And maybe douse it with gasoline and torch it in
Take
the
out
end.
the old carpet, slap some new in there.
Interesting.
Yep.
You know, I spoke with Colby this morning over at Ruthier's, and I did not tell. I hope he's not listening. I hope no one is listening from Ruthier's right now. That I dumped a whole cup of coffee on my
10 years ago.
I'm not kidding. Do you remember that? Do you remember? It was soon after after Aired Out made it to North Main Street. Mm-hmm. So that was
4 years.
4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Whole cup of coffee on the passenger seat.
Yeah.
With cream. Yeah. Had cream in it. Mm-hmm. He also doesn't know that I've actually had animals living in my car. Birds, dead birds, mice, possibly a rat once. I don't know. It was Raylene. It was either a big ass mouse, like a huge, massive mouse, or it was a rat. I don't know, but I found it. Half decayed. got it out of there. But the others I just left in there, and anyway.
They turn to dust.
Well, if you leave it alone long enough, it'll
Okay.
Stop smelling. Have a great day, everyone. God bless. Take good care. Thanks for tuning in. You know, one of the things I got some great Christmas gifts. This was one of them right here.